Well, we are back with Anora.
A modern day classic.
Yeah. Oh, just adjusting us on the screen there. That's better. How's it going? What's news? What's up? How you doing? What's going on? Start with one of them.
I've had an interesting few days.
So let me guess, you've been travelling?
No, nothing to do with travel.
Food?
Driving.
Oh, back to driving. Yep.
You ever driven straight into the sun?
Yes, this week.
Yes,
Yes.
A couple of times.
Yep.
Bloody awful. I don't know what it's like for everybody else, but I'm literally driving, if you can see me, like that, covering my eye. I can't, and
Sorry, you don't put the sun visor down, or Tesla doesn't have a sun visor?
sun visors in the Tesla. Right?
Did you use it?
What I should do is pull over or slow down.
Did you use the...
Of course.
So why did you have your hand up as well?
Well, you're doing everything you can. And you think to yourself, please don't run over anyone, because God forbid Rowan might actually stop and wait. I don't do that. I still roll slowly. It took me forever to get home, right? And I was driving, which should have been 5 minutes, took me 20 minutes.
Why didn't you just go in reverse?
Nicely done.
Seriously?
That was no good. So that was driving incident number one. And then driving incident number two, I'm on a freeway yesterday, right? And there is a massive truck. And all of a sudden, this was like in the movies, and all of a sudden, boulders, I'm telling you, rocks came off the top.
Really?
It was coming from a work site. And all the cars, this white, I think it was a BMW, took off to the right. I took off. They were coming off. And I don't even think he realised, the guy on the truck.
Like small
No,
rock,
these were
big...
basketball size.
Really?
2 basketball size rocks coming off the top of the... And you're travelling it. I know you're joking with your voice.
No, because that's death if you hit them or hit you.
They were going to hit... If that... I wasn't thinking death. I was thinking it's going to hurt my car, I'm out of pocket. They were hitting... The truck is 15 metres in the air, hitting hard, and you don't know whether to go or not. And this is where the Tesla, little promo for Tesla, it seemed to stop for a second, and I thought, this is my window, and I moved left and dropped the hammer and got around him. But it was carnage. The cars behind were all going to the right.
I would not be surprised if there was maybe a pilot behind you, because these boulders are now in the road, and if you hit a boat, if it is genuinely basketball size, and you hit that...
Oh, no, they were decent size. Absolutely big.
But the basketball size is stopping a car, rolling over the car, and it's going to cause massive accidents.
And from the height, had it hit my car, we would have been stone dead, stopped, gone.
Yeah, and there'd be no podcast, which is the most important part of this story. Yeah. What would you have done? What is your backup, actually? No, that is a good story. Very serious story.
You get a fright. You're driving along, and all of a sudden, bang! Jesus Christ.
I question whether or not it is a basketball size and maybe like a ping pong size, but regardless, it's still very dangerous.
There was little ones,
shrapnel.
And then 2 or 3 big ones off the top.
Are we talking like the movie Volcano or End of Days, one of these Greenland-style movies with the meteors?
I'm thinking we should have done it with Sexy Beast, right? Because Sexy Beast, the boulder comes down there and breaks into the pool. So I should have used that story for Sexy Beast.
That's one of your better stories,
Would
actually.
Been a good that was, really?
Yeah. Because that's really dangerous. Super dangerous.
Well, I didn't know when... if you really want to know, you don't know when to go. So I'm now behind it. I'm the front car behind it. The white car was way to the right because it was a 3-lane freeway. And then I thought, there's a slight break. And the minute there was a slight break, bang, I took off.
But you didn't put your hazards on, warn everyone behind you, get in front of the truck, slow the truck down, pull the truck over to the side.
I did not.
Give them a whole waving hand out the window.
You think I'm Tango and Cash or something? Pull the truck over. No.
That's a good story.
There you go. How's your week going?
Well, it's made me think, though, about... What do you call it when... if you don't make it, if you hadn't made it, what would have happened, like, to the podcast? If I had died. Yeah, you've done something to your mic. What have you done there?
Just fixing my hair.
Something happened. So tell me, what happens if you die, basically? Yeah. What do I do?
You'll have to continue on. Get Jeremy. You'll be the Scotsman, and it'll die in the house.
We need to get that. Do we have that's what I wanted to ask you. No, a contract between the two of us, because when this takes off, do we need that? What do you call that in business? Come on, what's that called? A contract between 2 people in partnership.
An agreement. Partnership.
Yes, I think it's called business agreement, business partnership. We need to get one of these done.
No, we don't.
We don't. Well, we do.
Trust.
Handshake deal. Well,
we're already on to no gifts. We've done the birthday gifts.
I reckon you would go back in that anyway on a handshake deal.
I would,
if it would save your life.
If it was to save my life, I'd go back on everything, wouldn't I? Or I'd be dead.
Well, I wouldn't.
You'd rather die, would you?
If I made a handshake deal with you
On the podcast, and you'd want to die, would you?
on the podcast. Okay, what else has been happening? What else are you going to talk about?
No, I've said plenty. Thank you. Anora is the story of Anora, as she likes to be known, or Annie, played by Mikey Madison, about an American stripper whose boss often sets her up with Russian-speaking clients. One night, she meets Vanya, played by Mark Eydelshteyn, the wealthy young son of a Russian oligarch who pays to make her his girlfriend for the week. Unexpectedly, the two fall in love and elope. But the fairy tale is threatened when Vanya's parents find out. They were not happy about him marrying a stripper. The parents want the marriage annulled. What follows is the whirlwind romance, and then Vanya runs away, and then they have the crew that go looking for her with Mikey Madison, and what endures is a wonderful hunt to find Vanya and all the trials and tribulations that go with it. I had not seen it. I'll give you my thoughts in a moment. What were your thoughts of Anora?
Thoroughly engaging, really enjoyed it. Quite a special script, not something I'd seen before. This is from the guy that did the Florida Project, which we reviewed a few weeks ago, which I think is why we decided to watch this.
Sean Baker, correct?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I loved it.
Thanks for asking. What's your line?
What did you think of it?
What did I think of it? I couldn't take my eyes off the screen.
All right, yeah,
I absolutely loved it. Yeah. Absolutely loved it, and it had it had a Pulp Fiction feel to it. It had an Ocean's 11 feel to it, a little bit more pulp, in terms of they magnify small things, and that's what I love. That's what's so clever about this. You know, like you have. Let's say you do Private Ryan, okay, and there's a topic, and the whole film's about getting Ryan back. This was so simple. They just needed to find the 3/4 of the film is just trying to find Vanya. But they might have a seatbelt issue or a drink issue or the scene when his car gets towed, and they do 5 minutes of, and the argument and how he's getting the car. Like,
and there were some laugh out loud moments, didn't you think?
Very clever, very clever. And the cast, there was one character I absolutely loved.
Of course, I know exactly who you're going to say.
Who?
The Russian guy that he shared sex with at the end.
Not at all.
The Russian gangster who was very sweet.
No.
Who else was there?
Taurus, the brown jacket.
The priest.
Yeah, the main one.
He had great dialogue.
Brilliant, because he knew it was a bit like when you talk about Jewel or Sexy Beast, the fear. Because I felt what he felt. If he didn't get it back, something was going to happen to him, and I couldn't work out what he was so scared of. And he had the energy. They slept. Where is it? He'd go around the nightclub, who, and he'd completely ignore everyone. He was so single-minded.
This is the whole thing. Nobody was hurt in this movie, really.
No, but the fear was. The parents are coming. The parents are coming. Something's.
But in my head, I'm like, are these gangsters? Do they have guns on them? Which we realised.
Well, they were bubbling gang, hopeless.
They were hired help because the parents were Russian oligarchs, multi-billionaires.
It's a great word, isn't it?
Oligarchs, multi-billionaires, so they needed their own private security. So that's what they were, essentially, the private security. So while the parents were in Russia, the 20-year-old son was living here
in New York,
and he had these bodyguards.
And Taurus's job was to look after him.
Correct, and he wasn't, and he'd gone missing. So the parents were coming over, they were all shitting themselves. But I thought it was more gangstery. I thought someone was going to get killed, someone was going to get shot, but there was none of that.
It was almost fun and friendly,
but serious, and that's why there was several laugh out loud minutes.
Well, tell me what you laughed at.
That was in between, if I can be quite frank, the 14 cold showers that I had to have, because this is soft porn. This is as explicit as you're going to get
on the movie screen. What's it rated?
PG.
Is it? No.
Are you fucking? What's wrong with you?
You think it's R?
This is going to be, dude. You've got to watch it. It's basically porn. It's literally a micro step down from turning on your favourite website, Pornhub. That's what it's close to. No.
I don't think so.
You probably closed your eyes when they were doing these sex scenes. They're doing it from all angles, all the time. You see everything apart from a penis, and you may even see that at one point. I mean, she's And then the stripping stuff. Anyway, the point is, I said to you after I'd watched it, "Oh, this is brilliant. Make sure you watch it with your family." A great line. Who'd you watch it with?
I watched it with me, myself, and it had a little bit of Pretty Woman about it as well.
What does that say? Oh,
yeah, it's modern day Pretty Woman.
Modern day Pretty
And
Woman?
they even stole a very obvious line. So when they start dating, Vanya, and then he says, "I want you to be my girlfriend for the week," and it's the exact same line in Pretty Woman. When they negotiate over the 3,000, they negotiate, and she said, "I would have stayed for 7," and he goes, "I would have paid 30." And it's an exact rip-off of Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
But this was a much darker edge, but it had very much a Pretty Woman feel to it.
And Annie Anora, she sees money right at the start. So this rich Russian kid comes in and wants to book her for the week. First of all, they have sex the first time, and then she kind of plays up to it and sells herself to him. And he pays her 15 grand for the week. And they get a connection. They go to Vegas, and ultimately they have like a shotgun wedding in Vegas after a great week together.
How good. What a life to just say, let's just go to Vegas and the hotel room and take your friends and drink what you want and eat. What a life you get. You're thinking, oh, how good is this, didn't you? And the house, did you love the couch in the house?
The couch in the house, the lifestyle, the best suite in the best hotel in Vegas, butlers and help and just
whatever you want. Money, no issue. Whatever your brain could think of. He was playing video games the whole time because he didn't know what to do with himself.
Well, that's right. And she was actually quite into him, I thought.
Yes, she was.
After they got married, she was quite committed to this, and it was actually annoying me watching this kid play video games, right? As she's trying to chat with him and get to know him, and he's just not interested.
No, he's a 21-year-old.
Of course, and you know that something's going to happen, but you've got no idea. This is the direction it takes, which is Vanya disappearing. And the parents come across, and ultimately the movie is about getting this marriage annulled somehow. But they've got to find Vanya, got to find this boy in order to have that marriage annulled. Now, she doesn't want to get it annulled, and she is strong, and she is feisty, and she fights back when these gangsters I'm going to call them gangsters, but when the bodyguards come in and have to pacify her. And it was very sweet. So you've got the guy that I think is sweet, one of the bodyguards, trying to hold Anora so that she doesn't escape. And he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't want to hurt her. He actually really respects the fact that she's so feisty and fiery. And he seems like quite a sweet guy, even though, he's obviously will do whatever it takes if he's told to do something. But you can see that he likes her. And that romance develops along the way, as does the other gangster who was punched in the nose by Anora.
Kicked in the nose.
Take over.
He gets kicked in the nose and
Okay, stop for a second. Do you really think it was necessary to interrupt the brilliant flow that I was in to say that he was kicked rather than punched in the nose?
I do, because...
Do you really think that was necessary?
I do, because accuracy is important.
What difference does it make to the story that I'm telling? He broke his nose.
She broke his nose because you kicked him, because it was...
Your job is to sit there and say nothing other than pump me up and make sure that I am ready to go. Chirp him with stupid little comments thinking that you're contributing.
That are 100% correct.
Right.
You're a person of detail.
Can you please stop doing that? Can you please stop doing that?
Being right.
Punched in the... I'm going to punch... What was that? What's right there? Boom.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something else. You skipped over a major part of the film.
Did I really? Is that because you interrupted me? Maybe.
No, well, you go on these rants.
I do go on these rants, actually. So I take... just say... Stop ranting.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to tell you something that I enjoyed and it happened consistently through the film.
It wasn't consistently. It was part of the way through the film.
She wanted respect that she was the wife, right? And every time, whether it was a gangster or a family member came in, she was completely ignored. Didn't you love it? When the mum came, she says, your mum will love us and wants because she had an American mindset of this white picket fence, 2 children, they live happily ever after.
Which we knew was never going to happen.
And Vanya, he just wanted a girlfriend for a week. We got married, he couldn't care less. It was everything for him was a joke and a laugh and a bit of fun. But she thought she was really married. She actually thought it was a real marriage. But he even says to her, it's a green card marriage. If I marry an American, I can stay. And what was brilliant was first when, what was his name?
Toros?
Toros comes in and they completely ignore her. And then they start with the abuse. You married this whore, and she's in the room. Some of the dialogue was so cutting. And she's like, what, I'm the wife? What do you...
Yeah.
And that's when she goes berserk, and they have to pin her down. And
then they're Armenians as well, by the way. They're not Russians. And she goes, she's not fighting like a little girl. Like, hold her down, but she's not fighting. She's a scheming prostitute, schemed to marry Ivan and steal from the wealthy family. It is a comedy, and I think she was offered 10 grand to annul the marriage, which I think she took. Now Toros we first meet Toros in the church. He's an Orthodox priest.
That's right.
Which in itself is a bit of an oxymoron.
Yep.
Because he has to leave the christening that he's doing in order to go and help the wealthy family.
Which was the power of the oligarchs, right? That there he is. He's got and again, Pulp Fiction. He was Mr. Wolf. If you know Pulp Fiction.
Yes, he was Mr.
He was, I'm here to clean it up, I'm not here to talk to you, nothing else matters. If I'm curt, I apologise, if you know Pulp Fiction. And that's what he was like.
Yeah.
He said, Vanya's fucked me harder than he's fucked you, right? But don't you love that line?
Yeah.
Because he was gone. He had this fear of the Russians and the parents, and they had to find him no matter what. They were exhausted. They go and eat. He's going around with the mobile.
That's right. He's going to go to work, stay up all through the night in order to be at the town hall for 7:30 in the morning to annul the marriage. And at some point, I mean, when they had the conversation in the car and the dialogue that was going back and forth, my son Zach was cooking food or whatever, and then he just happened to catch a glimpse. He came and sat down, and he was engrossed for the next 20 minutes or so, and asking me what film it was. It's that kind of captivating film that will have you. It's not on the edge of your seat as such. It is just engaging.
It's
like you
clever. There's one part of the film that really bothered me though, and maybe
What part was that, Ron? Tell us.
The last 20 minutes.
Why?
Because yes, she developed a little bit of a friendship with that guy, the gangster, the bald gangster that was looking after her, and he does say a good line. I think Vanya should apologise. He says all that. They didn't need to have sex in the car at the end and all of that.
We'll talk about that because that was critical and crucial to the entire story.
Oh, explain to me.
Well, I will in a second when we talk about that in detail. But to get to that scene, so finally they get the marriage annulled. Anora has kind of for the 24 hours or this past 7 days, she's really committed to this, and she's belittled, she's put down, she's ignored, she's treated like a hooker, treated like a prostitute. She's just treated like a nobody, like a nothing, like a bit of dirt.
Like she doesn't count. And she's thinking the whole time when they're searching for Vanya, which is 90% of the film, that when she gets to see her husband, they'll lock in again and they'll go off.
Correct.
But he did not care less, right?
He didn't care less, and she's super hurt. And her whole life has been a struggle. So she imagined she had a way out.
Well, she was feisty. She thought it was a real marriage.
So she'd been really kind of, I'm going to say, abused to an extent through the film. And in her life, she's been abused, and she's never...
And she's hasn't come from much, and she's a stripper and all of that.
No one's really cared for her at all.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, when the other henchman, who has been kind of, you know that he's secretly been liking her, when he steals a ring for her and hands it to her at the end, she's still very, very wary of this guy. He's like, who the fuck are you? Right? And then she kind of clicks that actually this guy's been really sweet to me for this entire time. He's given me a ring which is worth, I think, 100 grand. I'll talk about that later. And then
he looked after her when they were freezing, walking along, and he gives her the
scarf.
He was looking after her.
There's a love story developing.
Yeah, I know.
So I'll tell you what I think.
But you said before it's critical to the film. I thought it was indulgent by Sean Baker.
So I'll tell you why. So at the end, they have sex. Anora and this guy have sex. Now, he has not once been sleazy. He has not once cracked on. He has been the perfect gentleman throughout the entire time. The only person that has treated her fairly and with respect. Then they start having sex, kind of the usual stripper type sex.
Yeah, that was going.
And then all of a sudden, he's just sitting here like this, like with his arms straight, as if like she's actually just...
So it wasn't sexual. She was almost thanking him with sex.
Correct. And then she could then see in his eyes, he had these really caring eyes that actually, slow down. You don't have to ride me like a stripper. Slow down, I actually care about you. And all of a sudden, the tone changed. And she realizes that she can have this kind of really nice
Normal.
love making, if you like, or
Yeah.
sex, normal sex, rather than this selling herself. And she became vulnerable.
Well put.
And she opened up for the first time, I think, in her life. And she broke down in this guy's arms, and while they were having sex, and just cried. And I thought that was super powerful. And she felt all of a sudden quite secure and protected in a way which is the opposite of how she usually feels, because she's always on guard.
I reckon that's your best 90 seconds in 200 podcasts. Seriously, I think that was very well described. I've probably let myself down by flippantly saying the extra 20 minutes because I'd forgotten about that final 30 seconds. The crying when she let herself go, I can't believe that's happened. Thank you.
Tissue.
Yeah, no, it was very good. But it was very subtle there. Call it a romance, you know. It was an extra subplot, but he was looking after her. There was the sideways glances or the
scarf.
or the
Just a
scarf,
nice
and
gesture.
certainly the ring was to. But when he stands up to the parents and he says, "I think Vanya owes him an apology," and the mother's horrible, says, "You're not getting an apology out of us, mate." They couldn't care less. They couldn't even care less for him. They just didn't want the family to be embarrassed. That's why they had carers looking after their own son.
Well, they didn't even need carers. It was just like an uncle, you know, a couple of uncles there that were, you know, if he needed something. So that's what I thought of the film. I definitely watch this. This was fantastic. She had a bit of the Sydney Sweeney's about her, Anora. And Mikey Madison, didn't you think? She's a beautiful looking
what does that
woman.
mean?
The Sydney Sweeney's, the eyes and the look. No?
No, maybe.
I just got her eyes. I thought were a bit.
Yeah.
Mikey Madison is her name. I thought she was actually a porn star, but she's not. She's actually American actress. Her accolades include an Academy Award and BAFTA, in addition to 2 nominations for 2 actor awards for this show. She's been a teenage actress in things like Better Things, Lisa Skies Are Grey. She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Tarantino one. She's been in Scream. And yeah, the other actors are all Russians. They're all Russians all over the place.
The scene when they're looking and they go to the milk bar for the first friend. Have you seen Vanya? No. And then he goes, "Listen, you're going to tell us." And they start smashing the milk bar up. They get the fright of their life. Like nothing was stopping them. Then the tow truck, then the clubs, then they were sleeping, they were hungry, and Toros he was laser focused to get him back. And then finally, even when he says to the lawyers, "Get us in front of the judge tomorrow, you won't do any business with, let's go break this bitch." Like they were single-minded in getting it done.
And Toros as well, actually, the actor was in the Florida Project. Sean Becker, he was the owner of the hotel.
Toros was the owner. Toros was the owner.
Yeah, of the Florida Project, of the hotel.
Yeah.
So Sean Becker likes to use some of the same actors.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, look, you can see why it won everything, because very engaging for your brain to just watch it. And it's not the sex, it's not. It's the dialogue and the spirit.
Of which there is a hell of a lot.
They all played their roles so well. I thought Vanya played the 21 playboy Russian dude. I thought he played it well. He couldn't care less. He was running around ordering drinks, doing this.
In fairness to you, and you talking about the ending was weak, I did think the last 20 minutes were weak.
Slower.
Slower. And there was some CGI snow, I think. It felt a bit slow for that last 20 minutes, but the last scene was really important.
Yeah, I agree. The car scene was good, but they took a long time to get to that. Yeah. Once they annulled the marriage and they'd had the fight on the plane, fuck you, I'm out, after she'd got broken down.
Yeah. I'd like to watch it again, actually. I think
I could easily watch that film.
Yeah. Is this a Diamonds in the Rough? Can't be, of course.
No, I don't think so.
No, it can't be.
I don't think it's a Diamonds in the Rough.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have to say. Watch the film.
Yeah, watch it.
I think it's time for...
I'll say this before we get into Rome Reminiscence.
Do that.
It's harder, right? We're in 2026. They've written about everything. Mission Impossible's done 65 films. To write a new film that engages people, it's hard, right? So what a concept they've come up with. Let's write a story about wealthy Russians that marry a stripper, but what way could we take the plot? You know what? He'll run off and we'll spend the whole movie and what happens to them on that journey. I mean, it's
Exactly, but it's also, so while you've got your story, you've got to get the tone right as well.
Yeah.
And Sean Baker got the tone spot on.
Around serious and humorous. Because if it got too slapsticky,
Correct.
it would bother me.
Yeah.
But she doesn't, to what we argued about before, she doesn't slap him 15 times. She was held back, she's on the couch. The only move that a little girl could do against that big Russian was kick him.
Yeah.
Right? But that bothered him. The rest of them, when he vomits in the car ride.
Because and we'll talk about that a bit later as well, and he's taking pills and he's trying to get better, and he's just, the whole film is just complaining about his sore nose.
So it wasn't slapsticky, it was just...
It's very clever, and that's because of the actors as well. And that actor that we just talked about that got kicked in the face was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor.
Was he?
And it's things like the acting where... when the big fight scene happened in the house and she destroyed the house and the paintings, and then Toros walks in and Justa's reaction is like, what the fuck has happened there? She's a little girl. Control her.
And they're warning him, mate.
Very feisty, boss. She's she's not just a little girl. So very clever, very clever.
And that's the Pulp Fiction link, is that they focus on the minutiae, and that becomes more interesting than the story itself. Just like, Samuel Jackson with the Royale with cheese, or this is a tasty burger, when he kills the guy. It's the dialogue and the minutiae that they make so interesting, that makes the film so interesting.
Dialogue and minutiae. Are these the words of the week for you? You look them up?
Have I used them a lot, have I?
No, but I've never heard you use words like that before.
Really?
Minutiae. Can you spell it?
No. But
great. Take us to Rowan Reminiscences.
Okay.
And please, for the love of God, make it good.
2024 Rowan Reminiscences.
Did I give you 6.5 last time? Let's see if we can get you up from there.
Okay, I'll do my best. Okay, the winner of Best Picture in 2024 was...
Wow.
There's a lot of nominations in modern day. American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Past Lives, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest, Oppenheimer.
Was it? Wait a minute. You saying that Anora wasn't even nominated?
No. Anora's 2024. You go into the 2025 Oscars, and we know that it wins the 2025 Oscars.
So I read that again, actually. I think it might have been Anatomy of a Fall.
Glad you're paying attention. I'll read it again. American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, great name that is, Maestro, Past Lives, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest, Oppenheimer.
Poor Things. Oh, sorry, Oppenheimer.
Jesus
Oppenheimer.
Christ.
Crikey. That was one of the first podcasts we did.
Oppenheimer, mate.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. I can tell you what, I'll give you a hint, okay? Just keep saying Oppenheimer, and you get more right than wrong in the next 5 minutes.
Cillian Murphy.
There you go. The winner of Best Actor was Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer,
Robert Downey Jr.
Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Calman Domingo in Rustin, Paul Giamatti, my favourite actor in the world, for The Holdovers.
We wish we did with your son.
We did that with Ollie, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. You seen that?
No.
Best Actress, you can't keep saying Oppenheimer, but you could go with Carey Mulligan from Maestro, Sandra Huller from Anatomy of a Fall, Lily Gladstone, Killer of the Flower Moon, Annette Bening for Nyad,
Killer of a Flower Moon girl.
Emma Stone, Poor Things.
And that's the Killer of a Flower Moon lady.
That is poor by you again. Emma Stone, she's won it twice. We've done that before.
But what did she win? She won something.
Wasn't Spider-Man, but she's won a couple. La La Land.
Yep.
So she's won 2.
Continue.
Some fun facts. Paris hosted the Summer Games.
Paris Hilton?
The French. Donald Trump beat Kamala Harris to be president.
In a fight?
Yes, in a fight.
A fist fight? There's no back and forth. There's no.
It's just
there's
diarrhea,
no
mate.
repartee.
It's repartee. It's repartee. I wasn't born. I was born on the nice side of the river.
On the what side? Did you say the north or the nice?
The nice, not the north. It's a different crowd. 2 major wars. There was the Gaza, the war in Gaza in the Middle East, and the war in Russia. They dominated the political stage in 2024. King Charles announced that he had cancer.
Let's just pause there for a second, shall we?
Well, that's still in the news to this day, isn't it?
Well, who knows what's going on?
The brother. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. Just,
you know what's funny? Trump's dining out on the fact that I reckon he's probably socialised with him, Trump. He's been with him but for some reason he might have had plans that weekend where they all went to the island and he didn't go. So every time he gets asked about Epstein, he says,
I wasn't there.
I'm exonerated. I wasn't there. They're all terrible people.
Tremendously not there. It wasn't me. I wasn't there.
It's funny, don't you reckon?
Yeah, move on.
It's a miracle.
I don't even like talking
Okay. Most popular food on earth in
McDonald's.
2024 is
Options.
type of food, not brand. Type of food.
Is
not
it
brand.
Indian food? Indian?
What's that?
Indian?
No.
Greek. Russian.
No.
Turkish.
Italian.
Italiano. Ah, bene, molto bene. I can okay for me to talk like this.
Yeah.
And
What
I
is
can
it?
give it to
What's
some
the answer?
pasta.
No, pizza.
Ah, yes, Italiano. A bit of pizza. You're not
Every
going to call
country
me a
in the world
racist.
has...
I'm not a racist for being an Italian. No? No?
No.
Why? Why am I not a racist and a bully for saying I'm an Italian?
That's a kind of good accent.
It's a very good accent. I do accents all the time.
I know, but your Indian one, I think you take the
No.
piss.
That is very insulting.
So
I can do it.
that's the neck.
No, because you must do it.
Okay, number 2. What's the second most popular food on earth?
You tell me, son. You're the food guy.
Hamburgers. And the third one is ramen. There you go. Unlucky to miss was rice, tacos, fried chicken, sushi, and pasta.
Ramen. That's a holiday.
Shout out to your mate. Yoni
Ramadan.
loves a good ramen.
I like a pho.
A pho.
Dude.
What?
Pho.
It depends how you're brought up. Is that your stomach? Are you hungry, big man?
I want a pho.
Let's go.
Listen,
I'm
I
hungry
go and
now.
see Jackie at 8 Bowls Pho, which is down near Sandringham Golf Course.
Oh, that's going
And
to help our fans in LA.
our mate Yoni and I, we used to go there every Wednesday night, and I would say to Jackie, can I have a chicken pho, please? He would go, yes, you can have a chicken pho. Like that.
What was the joint you took me to with Yoni? And it was funny because there was one dude, this is a funny story. There's this one dude at this restaurant. He locks the front door. You got a knock on the door. The guy that was the chef opens the door. Then he's the waiter. And he says, hold on, I'll bring you back. I'm the cook. And he made the food. And remember he locked the door?
Yeah, I think that might
Because
be...
he couldn't serve people.
Was it COVID time, maybe? That was up near...
It was a few years ago.
Near Albert Park, I think.
Yeah, we'd been to... Yeah, but that was funny, wasn't it?
Was it funny?
There's Rowan Reminiscences.
I'm going to give that a 7. I mean, you flowed. It was relatively interesting. Your delivery average, 7. You're up
There
at
you go.
7.
Okay, go on, Smarty. Give us some trivia then.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We've got time for trivia. Budget, $6 million made. That's a low budget. I mean, they were in the car most of the time.
There's no stars in it, and they probably rented the house.
And
There's no well-known stars in it.
no, well, not really.
Why did you do a face?
No, it wasn't a bad face. I'm thinking it was a thinking face because I'm thinking it's filmed in strip clubs, like live strip clubs. They're using real life strippers for a lot of the scenes.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful house that you'd have to rent. There's a bit of car scene, bit of outdoor stuff.
There isn't money on it. But you're not paying $20 million for Liam Neeson, are you?
Right, there we go.
What to make?
Over 58.
God.
That's a big return.
What was it? 6 to 58.
Yeah. So
Just shows you, doesn't it? I love it. I think it's so clever.
it's still not 200 or 300 million for an Oscar-winning film.
It's only just come out, mate. It's been 2 years. It'll
But well, he's also got, I think, a lot to do with the name.
a lot to do with
Names
the name.
play such a big part in getting bums on seats.
Ask Morgan and Timothy Robbins. Shawshank Redemption, they said absolutely destroyed it. It should have just been Shawshank. No one went to see it. One of the best films of all time, and it got destroyed at the movies.
Really?
Because of the name, 100%. Go
I
on.
believe you. You're a podcast host. Why would not I believe you?
Indeed, Smarty.
Why am I a smarty?
You're smug today. You've had a good day. I said you wrapped it up the best 90 seconds, and you think you're smart.
You finished? You got anything else to say? You done? Shall we move on?
Go on.
Awards. Well, the film was named one of the top 10 films of 2024 by the National Board of Review and American Film Institute. The film received 6 nominations at the 97th Academy Awards, winning 5 for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress for Mikey Madison. That's what Best Original Screenplay, Best Film Editing. That's what I was going to say about Mikey Madison, and the because this was so good, is because she committed to the role, right? You can't play a role like that, which is incredibly erotic, at 95%. You have got to be all in, or it's not believable.
I thought she was outstanding. I know you're fixated on the sex part. I just thought she played the down on her luck hooker well, stripper, hooker, and then she played the jilted wife as well. What did they get nominated for that they didn't win?
Oh dear. I'm not sure what the other one was.
Oh, yeah. Do your homework.
Listen. Did you learn a few moves, by the way? Did you take them home that night? Because I gave my wife a wee nudge later that night after watching the movie. Cold shower didn't work.
Fair enough.
Did you learn some moves?
I did not.
You know them all, do you? You're now showing off.
I knew them all.
Have you read the Kama Sutra? Do you know what the Kama Sutra is?
No.
You do?
I don't. I've heard of it.
I think it's a book. Well, it's certain sex positions, but
Yeah,
hundreds and hundreds of sex positions.
Yeah, that's
Have
right.
you ever done the one with the leg behind your neck?
Well, yeah, that's easy.
No, your leg behind your neck.
I'm not doing that.
I'll slip a disc.
Yeah.
How do we get onto that? You're filthy. All you want to do is talk about sex.
All you want to talk about.
It's actually one of the only 4 films to win both the Palme d'Or. Do you know what the Palme d'Or is?
No.
You're a movie podcast guy.
What is
the Palme d'Or is the highest prize awarded at the Cannes Film Festival.
Oh, right.
Which was established when? You know that. 1955. And the Oscar for Best Picture. Okay, so I'll say that again. It's the only 4 films to win both the Palme d'Or and the Oscar for Best
What were
Picture.
the other ones?
Thank you for asking. The 4 films that have achieved that rare feat of winning are The Lost Weekend in 1945, Marty in 1955, you went straight to Marty Supreme, Parasite in 2019, and Anora. Anora also received 7 noms at the BAFTAs, winning 2, 5 at the 82nd Golden Globes, 3 at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and lots more. With this film, Sean Baker became the 4th person to be nominated at the Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Film Editing for the same film, after the Coen brothers for No Country for Old Men and Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Baker was the first person to win all 4 awards. The F word is said how many times, do you think, in this film?
212.
Double it. And add 40. 479 times in the film. The most in any Best Picture Academy Award winner. Mikey Madison was asked by director Sean Baker if she did or did not want an intimacy coordinator. Ultimately, there was no intimacy coordinator. Madison said it helped her empathise with a character. As she explained, my character is a sex worker, and so to me, I had to see Sean's films, and I know his dedication to authenticity. I also wanted to immerse myself in that. Anora wears her nudity more like a costume in a way. She presents herself in this sort of hypersexualized way because it's how she makes a living, and it's just what she has to do. And so I think as an actress, I approached it in a way of it being a job, so I was very comfortable. Mikey Madison said that director Sean Baker would act out different sex positions with his wife, producer Samantha Kwan, while clothed to demonstrate to the actors what he wanted them to do. What a great film this would be to learn on. A recurring conflict throughout the film involves the fate of Anora's wedding ring. Assuming she's telling Toros the truth about its quality, the ring is worth about $160,000. So really that's going to set her up quite well. According to the director, one scene where the characters walk into Tatiana Grill in Brighton Beach and interact with a dinner party was completely improvised and shot in guerrilla fashion. What do we call that?
Guerrilla filmmaking, like in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, we call it something else. Renegade filmmaking.
Oh, Renegade, you called it.
So that was done. One of the items thrown during the home invasion scene is a menorah.
I noticed that.
Although neither character's religious background is ever mentioned, both Mikey Madison and Mark Eydelshteyn are Jewish in real life. So a menorah is like a Jewish candle holder.
Yeah, for Hanukkah.
And in almost every scene where they appear together, in every scene right up to the home invasion, Anora and Ivan are shown wearing red and blue, usually one wearing one colour and the other wearing the other. Ivan puts pants on over his blue underpants and a black hoodie on the day during the home invasion and stays that way for the rest of the film, thus hinting at the separation that happens later in the film.
Why?
Because that's what they did, brother. Oh. How many days do you think it took to make this film?
4 weeks.
How many days is that?
28.
37 days to do this film.
Yeah, it wouldn't have taken
and
long.
10 were taken up by the home invasion scene.
Yeah, I can get that.
Director Sean Baker was in the back seat of the car just out of frame to the left during the filming of the final shot, so he could see Mikey Madison's face head on.
It's amazing. God, it'd be good to watch. He's in the back of the car, is he? How amazing. God, the investment in your soul to make it work.
And that's the other thing. Just go onto YouTube and say, watch behind the scenes of Anora. Because when they're having these sex scenes and doing all the different other scenes, the car scenes, there's 100 crew members around.
Just standing around. They talk about that.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Anora is shown being close to tears multiple times, but she never actually cries, not even when she's alone in the bathroom or shower. She finally breaks down sobbing in the very last seconds of the film as Igor, my apologies to Igor because we haven't mentioned his name before, holds her. And finally, I'm tearing up. While director Sean Baker says he and Mikey Madison discussed the final scene in Igor's car at length, they have both declined to elaborate upon its significance or meaning in interviews, preferring audiences to decide its meaning amongst themselves. That is it from me, son. Let's wrap this up and get us a rating.
Yeah, I thought, look, this is one of the better films we've done in 2026, and the Oscars agree with me. So I would give this a 4.4. 4.4 out of 5. You said it well. The last 20 minutes was slow, but the last scene was very strong and powerful. She's brilliant. Toros, Mr. Wolf, Pulp Fiction, very similar. Modern day Pulp Fiction. Absolute must-watch movie.
Modern day Pulp Fiction, modern day Pretty Woman. This is a darkly funny and increasingly tense battle over power, class and control, with humour sitting right alongside heartbreak, and Mikey Madison delivering a raw, fearless performance that carries the film from farce into something far more human. It is a 4.5 out of 5 for me. Bold, uncomfortable, funny and unforgettable.
The good one. And we always think we've got to go back in time. So it's nice to think a semi-modern film has done, held its own, and hence why it won Best Picture, right?
Yeah, and hopefully from now on you'll remember not to interrupt me when I'm flowing and I am articulating.
You didn't like that, did you?
I'm
sorry
speaking.
for being right.
So, yeah, I think we'll finish in that note. Just homework for next week. Don't interrupt me.